So good afternoon, everybody. To say there's a bit happening here today would be an understatement. To borrow a line from the cricket commentator Bill Laurie, it's all happening because today we're celebrating some premierships today with that inaugural 84 premiership of the Lions. Not only that, we've got a premiership player from the 1944 side, being Len Brill, and that was a former Maroons premiership back in that day. So it's great to have Len here. Now we'll have a number of players, 44, and then we'll have the 64 Maroons. The guys that were able to make it here today, they'll be parading on the back of utes before the game. Baz, once again, he'll be all over that with the images, and there'll also be a bit more introduction to the players at half-time. We're really looking forward to it. We welcome our game day commentator and Andrew Corbett. Andrew, of course, he was one of the stars of that 1984 inaugural Lions premiership with 3 goals. So we're fortunate to have a man that played a role in that game as we celebrate that premiership today. Hey, Andrew, good afternoon.
Oh, thanks very much, Guy, for that introduction. Yes, it's great to be here today, and it's great to celebrate those premierships of the Lions. We've had a long history of winning premierships, and it's great to catch up with some of those players from those years that we haven't seen for a while. Let's say it's a few years ago now. We're all getting older, and it's just great to catch up once again and reminisce.
Now you're seeing on your screen there, you're seeing images. Baz has been able to set Tammy, his assistant, up with a roving camera and two-way radio connection. So we want to be able to capture all the gear, and we want to get, you can see the boys there erecting the steps. That's where the guys are going to jump in the back of the utes and do a lap of the ground, a la MCG style grand final day. We're far from the MCG, but no less important here, country football. We know how strong and how passionate we are about country football here in Lions territory here at the Den today. Always talk about the weather, bit of scattered rain later this afternoon. Hopefully we want more rain for those crops, Andrew, but if it just holds off till we get this job done, it'll be good.
Yeah, we'll be very appreciative of that, Guy. Yep.
And as well, we're picking up images now from Tammy down on the ground as the Lions run out.
Good afternoon, everyone. And welcome to the Gammain Sports Club. A very special welcome to our premiership players and their families from the 1944, 1964 and 65, 1984, 2004 and 2005 premierships. We hope you all have a wonderful day. Today we are fortunate to have Mr. Lenny Brill here, a member of the 1944 Richmond Cup team who defeated Methil. Please give him a warm cheer as he makes his way around the ground. Following Len are 9 other players from the 1964 and 65 premiership team who defeated Griffith. Gammain Maroons 15-8-98 to Griffith 13-8-96. Making their way around the ground are Will Kemba and Ross Simons, Tommy Carroll, Ross Ryer and Rex Kemba, Terry Lennon and Bruce Irvine. Also Barry Logan, our club president for 14 years and member of the 1965 premiership team, and Jack Seedland, our long-serving secretary of 27 years. In our final ute is the captain coach of the 1984 premiership, Ray Rocky O'Connor, and winning goal kicker Michael Walsh. Please be sure to give them a big wave as they make their way around the ground. Thank you.
So we're back now up in the main commentary box, and we thank Kathy for that presentation of the players there. I just think it's absolutely outstanding that we've got a man there that played in the 1944 premiership, I should say. The man that's still with us, the legendary Lenny Brill, still lives independently on the Dulla Road. And Terry Lennon there is raising a few Bronx cheers from the second graders as he's in the back of the ute there along with a teammate in Bruce Irvine. Bruce was formerly a farmer out at Methil, but a little bit back on Lenny. It's only, I tell the story that Lenny told me only a few years ago that he helped his grandson Rowan pull down a fence on the farm that he built in 1948. So that was a fairly good fence. Lenny could not only play football, he was a very quick wingman back in the day, highly respected medal winner, best and fairest winner here at the former Maroons, but a good fence builder. So that fence nearly stood for 80 years. So well done to Len. So it's great for Len's descendants to be able to see it here today. Now we can see just going past us is Ray O'Connor and Michael Walsh, coach and teammate of yours, Andrew, back in that 84 premiership. What do you got to say?
That's right, Guy. Yes, Rocky coached that side in 84. He got the coached Gammain in 82 and 83 and got that premiership in 3 years in 84. And of course, everyone remembers Michael Walsh kicking that goal with 16 seconds to go to put the Lions in front after Area Park Marul were level. And yes, it was unbelievable feelings as that sailed over your head and through the goals. All players from both sides were out on their feet, and yes, it's something you never forget.
Oh, there was just scenes of jubilation there, Andrew. I can well remember it because I was on the committee back in those days. I didn't play for the Lions. I wasn't good enough, but to be able to be part of the committee, yeah, emotional scenes. I can remember the siren went. I can still remember to this day Meg Walsh, who's mother of Michael and Peter and Bernadette. Meg Walsh sprinted from the boundary, headed for Michael, and I can still see it to this day. I was thinking, well, if Meg takes a tumble, she's going to be flat out to get up. But Meg didn't take a tumble. She didn't break stride. She could have won the half-time sprint, I reckon, Andrew, as she made her way to Michael Walsh on that day. And the tears of elation from the Lions supporters from that inaugural premiership, and really cemented the foundation for the club going forward. Easy to say now, but I think that's about what unfolded. Do you reckon?
Certainly was, Guy. Yep. Although Gammain had won quite a few premierships, Grong Manong had been starved of success in their period, so the Grong Manong supporters were understandably excited with that victory.
Yeah, the jubilation, I just keep harping back to it also, and then it was a high standard game, two strong country farming clubs, Area Park, proud history of football out in that area, tough footballers, there was tough, there was no holes barred, there wasn't any open fisticuffs. Those opposing players, they gave as good as they got on that day, I reckon, from memory. So and we can search that up. There's a great podcast done by Robbie McKinlay from down in Albury. Robbie's done a great podcast on and he's spoken to a number of players that played on the day, and it's really worth listening at. There's some footage there. It's the Glory Days podcast by Robbie McKinlay, and it goes over that. It has commentary by the legendary Alan Hull, who Andrew and I won't rise to the heights of Alan Hull as a commentator. Well, Andrew
Certainly.
might, but I weren't. But it was just terrific to listen to that commentary and see footage. And there's also some footage, Andrew, I believe, of that 64 premiership.
Yes, amazing footage, Guy, when Tommy Carroll kicked that winning goal in the wet conditions to put the Lions in front in that win over Griffith. It's amazing to see that vision from 60 years ago.
Yeah.
And also we're here today for the 2004-2005 Grand Final Premiership teams, coached by Shane Lennon. And yes, they had a very good, strong side. They beat Narandra in the 2005 one.
Well, Shane's put his stamp on coaching across the riverina. He's got the runs on the board as premiership coach and very successful player from here at the Lions back in the day. Just before I forget, I mentioned Robbie McKinlay. Robbie came up yesterday and he interviewed Len Brill. I've talked about Len Brill from that 1944 side. So in time we will have a podcast done by Robbie McKinlay from Len Brill, who I believe he had Robbie in stitches with some of the stories of playing and training back in the day. So we really look forward to that coming out in the future, Andrew.
I can't wait to hear that one, Guy, because Lenny played under Mick Grambo, and we often hear the stories from the older supporters here at the club about Mick Grambo, Clinton Wines. I'd seen a thing there just last night on Debbie Flintoff's father. She won the gold medal for the 400 metres hurdles. He coached Lenny as well, so yeah, there's some great stories that come out of that guy.
We do have another player that's still living. It's Bill Ledger that played in that 1944 side with Lenny, Andrew. He's not here today, but he will be able to see vision eventually. People will be able to show him vision what's happening here today. So isn't that fantastic? Of course, the Ledger name here, of course they have the Ledger name's the link. We've got the O'Connor girls that all around the district. That's their uncle. So the link down the family is still there. So that's incredible, isn't it? Andrew, I think that one of the things back on the Maroons, what were they, 14 premierships from 17 attempts, was that, I think, back in the day?
Yep.
I think the Maroons were noted they could win a premiership against the Tide, because I think it's legendary that they were a long way behind against Griffith. It might have been 69, was it? And there was a player, it might have been Kevin Kirkpatrick, I've just forgotten, I should have done more homework, but there was a, the crowd seemed to think, well, the Maroons had no hope, but Kevin Kirkpatrick ran around his players and he just said, and I won't use his full words, but he said, don't stop, we know these guys won't give up. And that's exactly what happened. He foretold, he had an inkling of what was about to happen, and the Maroons got over Griffith in 69. Anyway, we're not celebrating that one today, but
here today, and firstly we're going to do the 1984 premiership, which is, if you've seen or listened to the podcast, a very close grand final where they beat Area Park Marul in the last 17 seconds of the day. So leading up to it, the second semi they beat Area Park by a good margin, and the second grade team too were victorious. They won the grand final by 100 points against Wagga Tigers. So it was a good day for the club, and under 19s unfortunately went down by 1 point. So we're just going to call up some of the premiership players here. Firstly, I'll start with number 2, Laurie Bear Gibson. He was recruited from Narendra, coming out of retirement. Had significant part in the match and kicked a couple of important goals in the third quarter to turn the game. Number 3 is Dennis Howe. Unfortunately, Dennis is not here, and Dennis is a big crook today, so he's not here. Unfortunately, Dennis is not here. Number 5 was Mark Fraser, who played in the centre and came from Turvey Park, and then later went on to coach the club in 85 and 86. And then number 6, we've got David Carroll, who won the best and fairest for the club this year and in his premiership year. Number 7, Johnny Steele. Number 9, Dennis Walsh. Number 10, Vinnie Carroll. We got Vinnie? Hey, I know where Vinnie is. He's fox hunting. Number 11, John Horse Carroll. Number 12, Mark Carroll's here, but he's probably not going to get here for the photo. He's inside there. Number 14, Marty O'Donnell, recruited from Griffith. Hands up, Marty, they said. Number 15, Mick Winner, but he was unfortunately not here today. Number 16, Glenn Boof Evans, 16-year-old in his grand final. Number 17, Michael Walsh, kicked the winning goal with 16 seconds to go on the clock. Number 19, Wayne Nugget Evans, and went on to win the Quinn Medal in 1984 in the premiership year. Number 20 was Kevin Williams. Unfortunately, Kevin's not here. Number 22, Andrew Corbett, started on the wing and drifted down forward and kicked 3 important goals. Number 28, Ricky O'Reilly. Number 31 was Brendan Carroll. Unfortunately, Brendan's not here. He manned up in Chris Danaher for the day. Number 51, Phil Huddy. And the last member that we got is the captain coach, number 1, Rocky O'Connor. That's the 1984 premiership team. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hand together, and our first premiership from our amalgamated club, and nice piece of history. Hang on, Curl's going to just take his jacket off and come and have a photo, he said. So just while we're waiting for Curl, the car's going around. for our raffle prize. So some people want to do a cash card sale. So up in the corner there, we've got a table with a computer. If you'd like to buy a ticket in our RAV4, it's drawn on the 18th of October, our presentation night, $100 a ticket. And yeah, please support the club and buy a ticket for the car. That includes all you fellas there too. Where's Curl? Who's taking the photo? Oh, Zig. Here he goes. All right. Thanks very much, guys. Thanks. We done, Zig? All right, thanks, guys. Put your hands together for the 1984 Premiership team. Okay, I'll just run through the names of the second grade team. Number 8, Philip Toby Turner. Number 13, Laurie Kerr. Number 21, Brian Gorn. 23, Stephen Brill. 24 was Jeff Shepherd. 25 was Peter Eisenhower. 26, Greg Menzies. 27 was Brian Kerr. Then we had Grant Carroll, Wayne Dunn, Butch Conway, Peter Turnbull, John O'Russell, Bungie Winner, Goff Schnurgle, Mick Quinn, Buster Noble, Barry Walsh, Phil Menzies, Darren Fitt, Wes Kember, Wayne Norton. Wayne was the coach. Peter Sargent, Pidge Cooper, Des Harris, Jeff Brill, Graham Fennessy, Paul Longley, Mark Russell, and John Booth. These boys had a great season. Did we lose a game or not? Yeah, undefeated season. Lost one game during the year and went on to win the grand final by 100 points in 1984, and that is our only second grade premiership for the club, and we need to turn it around. Great representation here today, fellas. Well done. That's our 1984 second grade premiership. Well done. Hang on. Wait till Zig gives you the all clear. Thanks, guys. Mick, we doing the 2004 now? Right. 2004 premiership team. George Carroll, number 2, Murray Hamlin, Scott Hamlin, Paul Hamlin, Mick Steele, Brandon Ryan, Eddie Sullivan, Brad Smith, Nathan Irvine, Krista McPherson, Adam Simons, Ben Sullivan, Luke Walsh, Drew Simons, Clint Renner, David Logan, Shane Lennon, Mark Braben, Troy Lennon, Matt Scott, Andy Roberts, Brett Lennon, Danny Underwood, Chad Hamlin, Paul Lucas, and Andrew Johnson. This is the 2004 Premiership team. Where's the rest of them? Come on. Okay, we'll get the rest of the 05s. Anyone who won a premiership in 05, come and get a photo of these roosters. Poke, Mitch Carroll, Mark Geppert. Anyone played in the 05 premiership? Dave Rava. Scott, where's Scott Hamlin? And where's Woz? He's driving the car, is he? No worries. All right, that's the 04/05 Premiership team, coached by Shane Lennon.